Dear leopard lovers, volunteers, Nankosei staff, and all conservationists out there. It is with great delight that we, the Nankosei Foundation, announce that lightning has been successfully tracked once again. After many weeks of no GPS signal, due to malfunctioning of the GPS collar, and searching high and low for lightning, no results were found. It was then decided that a last attempt would be made by means of an aerial survey. Shortly after takeoff, the first long-awaited beep was heard, when the receiver picked up the frequency of lightning's collar. The trusty Cessna 182 Skylane, cruising at an approximate altitude of 5,000 feet, and operated by none other than Dr. Rudy van Vuuren, circuited the area where the signal was detected. After many more beeps, it was confirmed that it was indeed lightning's signal, and that it seemed like she was on the move. After landing, an attempt was made to find the signal on foot. With 8 volunteers and 2 field researchers, the area was briefly investigated, and, without a doubt, more beeps were heard. As the sun started to set, and still unaware of lightning's condition, the search had to be called off for the day. The following day, staff members went back to the same area to try and find any evidence of leopards. Leaving the vehicle on the riverbed, the team resumed the search on foot. Initially, there was no signal, but after some time, the brave and armed explorers were rewarded with another beep. Following the signal for many hours and even more kilometers, it was still unclear whether they were following a moving collar on a living leopard, or whether the collar was stationary and the signal was simply bouncing around on the terrain. 4 hours later, lots of sweat and many calories burned, it was decided to head back to the car. And then the first hard evidence of life emerged. Near the car were the tracks of a leopard. And even better than that, not only were these fresh tracks of an adult leopard, but much smaller tracks were sighted too. It was then safe to say that the signal received was, in fact, moving and not bouncing from rock to rock, and that the leopard in question was the very famous Lightning. The smaller tracks could quite possibly be that of a cub. After assessing the situation and the way she walked, it can be assumed that she was trying to lure us away from where she was hiding her cubs, by moving up and over the mountain, down the other side, and back to where it all started, fetching her precious offspring and moving out of the area, very nearly passing our parked bakkie on the way. This area will be monitored on a regular basis, and camera traps are placed in the area to determine if she does indeed have a cub or two. Thanks to all the volunteers who helped in the search for lightning over the past 2 months. Your efforts are greatly appreciated.